Hi everyone and welcome along to Warren's Team Talk. Thanks very much for joining me on this New Year's Eve. I hope you're all well and having a brilliant day. Thank you so much for coming along and checking me out today. First of all, I just want to apologise for the lateness, nearly 15 minutes late, because I'm using an absolutely useless streaming software. When these people are actually going to realise that you need to provide a service, if you want to provide a service, you need to make sure it's worth what it's supposed to be doing, then all the better. But they just don't seem to be able to figure that out. They just think like, oh, it's all right, slapdash yard. That's what I'm going to call it, because it is. That is what it is. Slapdash. Absolutely useless. So anyone who's thinking about using StreamYard, don't, because it is dog shit. It really is. And I know there's children in the chat, and I apologise about that little outburst, but I have to say it, because if they're watching, you need to sort out this slides option, because I'm sick of it, man. Making these slides in PowerPoint, you then have to copy it into an art program because you can't cope with the formatting that PowerPoint gives you the facility to use. What's that all about? Absolutely useless. Useless. If I could find another one that was another one to use, I would use it. I really would, because this is absolutely rubbish. Rubbish. Honestly, it is. I'm sick of it. Anyway, that's enough of that, me ranting. So before I say anything else, I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy new year for 2023. A happy, prosperous and healthy new year. And I hope that the year brings you everything you wish for. And let's hope that it's a better year than the year that's just gone, because it couldn't get much worse, to be honest, could it? So yeah, let's just keep our fingers crossed, and I hope and pray that this year coming will be much better for you. I'm just going to quickly go through these comments in the chat. We got the young lad here, the top man himself, Zach Football TV. Hello, Warren, and happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you as well, mate. And please, everyone, make sure you go and subscribe to Zach Football TV. He's got a YouTube channel. And if I can make one recommendation, go and check out his video about the blockchain. Absolutely superb stuff. Mate, it was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And Zach, he went out there and he sorted it out. So fair play to him. And then we've got Dan. Dan had there Warren be like, yeah, I know, man, but it's my fault. It's this StreamYard. Absolutely useless. They're absolutely useless. Dog shit. Absolute dog shit. In fact, it's an insult to a lump of dog shit to call it that. It really is. And Joanne Smith says, hello, Warren. Hi, Joanne. I hope you're good. Lovely to see you. And Dan says, here he is. What time do you call this? Absolutely shocking behaviour, Dan, isn't it? It really is. Absolutely disgraceful. And Grant McRoberts says, happy New Year to you, Warren, when it comes. Same to you, buddy. Same to you, except I hope it's not a particularly good day for you on Monday. I don't personally, mate, I don't think it will be. I think you're going to have a lot of trouble on Monday. I really do. But we'll see. We'll see. And Dan says, have you tried OBS? Mate, I've got no idea what OBS is. What is OBS? Taib says, hi, Warren. And hi to you, Taib. And thanks ever so much once again, to all of you for coming in. Sack Football TV, to Dan, to Joanne, Grant, and Taib, the king of comedy. Taib, how many cookies could a cook cook if a good cook could cook cookies? A good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook could cook cookies. There you go. See, that's your answer, Taib. Top man. I reckon you're sitting there with a bloody book, mate. And that's what I reckon. You're an absolute legend, man. You really are. And Dan says, OBS is basically what StreamYard is, but free, and actually that's what it says. Right, I'm going to have a look into that then, because I'm sick of this nonsense. It's absolutely rubbish. It's rubbish. And then they're expecting people to pay for it. It's just an absolute laugh. Honestly, they're rip-off merchants. Anyway, so... yeah, Dan, I'll check that out. I'll see if I can find out about it and get myself sorted out with that. Anyway, so let's get on with the show. This week's YouTube channel of the week is a fella that probably all of us know. It's Lee Gunner. And Lee Gunner, those of you who don't know, is an Arsenal supporter. And he's probably got one of the biggest... YouTube channels in the Arsenal supporter community, and he's done really well for himself, so fair play to him. He does brilliant content. He regularly goes off about Arsenal all the time. Not all the time, bless him, not at the moment, because Arsenal are doing very well, but he does things like previews, he does reviews, he does some podcasts with Jez and Kenny Ken. He also does some collabs with other YouTubers as well, which are great. So, yeah, he's got a really, really great channel. It's very entertaining. He's very passionate. And, yeah, he really knows his football. So go and check him out. He's also got a second channel that he's had it a while, but he's only really started using it quite recently, called Lee Reacts. He did a watch along on there earlier today for the Manchester United Wolves match. So yeah, go and check him out. He's going to be doing all sorts of stuff as well. So make sure you go and subscribe to him. He's an absolutely top guy. And yeah, it's great. He's really, really good. I can't praise it high enough, to be honest. So we got Del Boy in the chat. Del Boy says, "What's the crack? What's the bleeding story, Warren?" And all in the chat. Del Boy, mate, I'm fuming. Del Boy's probably sitting there saying, "What's new? You're always bloody fuming." Yeah, it's StreamYard, man. I've had enough of it. I have to find another one. I can't go on like this. It is rubbish. Honestly, it is. It's absolute garbage. And Taib says, "Del Boy." And Del Boy says, "Hi, Taib." And Gavin O'Flaherty says, "Crack, Warren Bug." Yeah, the crack's good, man. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this show. I think it's going to be pretty wild because I'm wound up. I'm raring to go. Let's put it like that. It's the Premier League table. Arsenal sitting 5 points clear of Man City at the top. We've got Newcastle and Spurs in third and fourth, respectively. Manchester United and Liverpool in fifth and sixth, and then Brighton. Arsenal playing Brighton, I believe, later today. So that's going. I think personally that's going to be a really tough game. And if we can come out of that with a point, I'll be happy, to be quite frank. So there you go. That's the league table. So today's 3 p.m. kickoffs, we got Bournemouth against Crystal Palace, Fulham against Southampton, City against Everton, and Newcastle against Leeds. So the lineups and formations for today's games. We got Bournemouth. This is their side. Travers, Cook, who's captain, Lerma, Solanke, Smith, Moore, Sensini, Billing, Anthony and Zamora. And then Palace are going with Guayata, Klein, Guayheya, Anderson, Ward, he's their captain, Doucouré, Schlupp, Elise, Eze, Zaha and Ayew. And Bournemouth, they're going with a 5-3-2. And Palace are going with a 4-3-3. Fulham, they're going, this is their lineup to face Southampton. They're going with Leno, Tete, Diop, Ream, who's their captain, Robinson, Paulina, Reed, Andreas, De Cordova, Reed, Mitrovic, and Willian. And Southampton are going with Bazuna, Maitland-Niles, Bella, Kotchap, Lyanku, Saliso, Walker-Peters, Ward-Prowse, who's captain, El Yunusi, Edusi, Aribo and Adams. And their lineups, their formations, I should say. Fulham are going with a 4-2-3-1. And Southampton are going with a 5-4-1. And this is the next one. Manchester City against Everton. This could get really, really bad. Wait till you see the Man City forward line. Oh, my good God. I'm worried about Everton in this game. I really am. I think they could get an absolute mauling. And rightly so. Look at that bloody kit. It's shocking. Honestly, that is shocking. That kit, that pink kit, dear me. Whoever come up with that must have been on something. There must have been some smoking, some real heavy high kit. That has got to be the worst kit I think I've seen this season. He's shocking. Anyway, the lineups. City are going with Edison, Lewis, Stones, Akanji, Ake, Rodrigo, De Bruyne, who's captain, Bernardo, Mahrez, Haaland and Grealish. And Everton, they're going to need Pickford, their captain, to have a good... He's going to have a busy afternoon, I think. So Pickford's Everton's captain. And then they've got Patterson. Is it Patterson or Peterson? No, Patterson, Cody, Tarkovsky, Godfrey, Mikalenko, Garner, Onana, Iwobi, Gray, and Calvert-Lewin. And their formation, City are going with a 4-3-3. And look at their front line. Mahrez, wide right, Haaland in the middle, and Grealish wide left. Jesus Christ. Imagine that three coming at you in the defence. Dear oh Lord. And Everton, they're going with a 5-4-1. I'm not surprised. I think it might end up being more like 9-0-1. But still, there you go. Next one, Newcastle against Leeds. The Newcastle lineup is Nick Pope, Kieran Trippier, who's captain, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, Bruno Grimage, Sean Longstaff, Joe Willock, Miguel Almiron, Joel Linton, and Chris. And then Messier, Aylin, Struck, Koch, Cooper, Adams, Forshaw, Aronson, Gononto, and Rodrigo. And their formations, Newcastle are going for a 4-3-3 and Leeds are going with a 4-2-3-1. So there you go. That's that. The lunchtime kickoff today saw Wolves take on Manchester United at Molineux. It was apparently, according to Lee Gunner's watch-along, it was an absolutely shocking game of football. Wolves lost by 1-0. Goal scored by Rashford. in the 76th minute. The match stats for this one: Man United had 54% possession. They had 16 shots. 6 were on target. And Wolves had 10 shots, 3 were on target. The corner count was 7-5 in favour of Wolves, and the foul count was 11 apiece. So there you go. That's all that's up to date. So let's get back in and see what's been going on there. And where were we? And Taib says there was a young girl named Sapphire who succumbed to her lover's desire. She said it's a sin, but now it's sin. But now that it's in, could you shove it a few inches higher? Dear oh Lord. This ain't a porn channel, Taib. It's funny. Gavin says Brighton are our bogey team, so I'm nervous about it. Yeah, I am too. I think we're going to have trouble. And they've got some good players. They're a good side. They've been doing well this season. So I think we could have trouble with them. I really do. Tave says Arsenal surprising a lot of people, and they might beat Brighton comfortably. Yeah, they might do, and we might get 25 degrees temperatures this afternoon, but I can't see it, mate. I really can't. Tave says, well, the thing is, if we're going to beat them comfortably, we need to go and play on the front foot, but we won't do that. Arteta won't let them loose. He won't. And Ty says, by way of hey, a nice one, Warren. Well, glad you liked it. I thought I'd throw that in. I thought that'd make you laugh. Dan says, Warren, stop disrespecting the pink kit. Ain't nothing wrong with the pink kit. Mate, that kit is shocking. Come on. It's not just the fact it's pink. It's all those bits and bobs on it as well, like the diamonds, and mate, it's shocking. It is shocking. It's awful. It's not just the fact it's pink. The fact it's pink doesn't help. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't. Ask Del Boy what he thinks about pink football kits, and he'll tell you, because I agree with him. But it's made way worse by all those diamonds and stuff, because it's shocking. Gavin says they deserve to be relegated off that kit alone. Mate, it's honestly, no word of a lie, it's the worst kit I think I've seen this season. And yeah, they do deserve to be relegated, and they should be fined as well. It shouldn't be allowed. Joanne says my predictions. Right, here we go. Let's have a look, see what Joanne's saying. She's normally good with her predictions. Bournemouth 1, the Crystal Palace. Fulham 2, Southampton 0. Yeah, I think Fulham will win that. Man City 3, Everton 0. I think you're being very generous to Everton there, Joanne. I think Man City could get 5 at least. 5 at least. And then Newcastle 5, Leeds 0. I think if you swap those scores around for Man City and Everton and Newcastle and Leeds, I think you might be a bit closer to the mark, in my opinion. Yeah, I think I can't say that I disagree with any of those predictions, to be honest. And then Arsenal 4, Brighton 0. Yeah, Joanne, it's at Brighton, though. That's the thing. I don't think it's at the Emirates. Let's have a quick look. I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's at Brighton's ground, the match. The Amex Arena. Says if you want to see a good pink kit, which has been done well, when you go and look, oh, okay, that's why this is going on. If you want to see a good pink kit, which has been done well, when you get a moment, look up Stockport's third kit last season. It was fire. Okay, mate. Yeah, I'll go and check that out. I'll be interested because that, I'm sorry, but that kit, that, no, man, it's wrong. Let's have a quick look at it. Look at that kit. It's shocking. It's all in diamonds and lines and no, man, no. And all that stuff on the arms. No. That's shocking. So yeah, let's leave it on that. Fined into administration, says Gavin. Yeah, man, definitely. It's not the worst kit I've ever seen. It's not. The worst kit I ever saw was Maidstone United's second kit back in the 80s. They had a burgundy tie. No, was it burgundy or was it? No, it was purple, I think. Purple and sky blue tie-dye shirt, right? You know when you were a kid and you used to make tie-dye T-shirts? It was like that. But it was purple and sky blue, right? It was absolutely shocking. Shocking. Actually, I'm going to see if I can find a picture of it so I can show you. Because honestly, it was awful. They had sky blue shorts and sky blue socks as well. Oh, my God. It was terrible. Joanne says, I'm sticking to my guns with my predictions. Laugh out loud. Well, fair play to you. Did you put a bet on, Joanne? At Brighton. Well, we'll stick my prediction. Laugh out this. Next week we'll get whipped. Well, we're playing Newcastle soon. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. So yeah, Joanne, you stick to your guns, darling, and make sure you put a bet on if you want to. I don't see why you wouldn't pick up some money from those predictions. I'd try and steer away from predicting the scores, just like home win, away win, something like that. That's just my opinion. I think predicting scores of books start rubbing their ads with glee when people do that. Gavin says it looks bruised after getting battered for looking so bad. Mate, it's shocking. And Delboy says, Dan, I just checked out that kit. I like it. There you go. See, if Delboy's giving it his seal of approval, then it must be good. Let me just see if I can get that Maidstone United kit up because that is shocking. Hold on. I'm just going to see if I can find it so that you can all see it because it was awful. Maidstone United second kit 1980s. No, it wasn't that one. No. I'm just looking and see if I can find it. Oh no, that's shocking. Let's try this. I'm just going to try one more thing and then we'll leave it alone. No, I can't find it, but I think I've got a picture of it somewhere, but I just don't think it's on the internet, unfortunately. So we'll have a look at that later. So there's 8 minutes gone in the game, so let's get started with the show proper and dispense with all this frivolity and what have you. Let me just close that. Close that one. Close that. And that. Just close that. Right, let's close this. Right, okie doke. Let's close that. Right. Right, okay, so thankfully there's been no goals yet, as you can see. The games are still goalless. So that's good. Nothing major has happened. Right, let's put that there like that. And Jess is in the chat. On our way to Brighton, and it's peeing down and cold. You're going to the match. Fair play, Jess. You went. Was it last year? And it was. And yeah, I remember you talking about that and saying about how all the Brighton fans were thanking you for us taking Benjamin Bunny off their hands. Yeah, well, I'll listen, mate. I hope you have a good trip and you enjoy the match. I'll be looking forward to hearing your assessment of it later when you go on Lee's channel. That'll be interesting. But yeah, give him a shout for me as well, Jess. Tell him Warren's still not happy. He's still moaning. But yeah, hopefully get the 3 points today. It's going to be a tough game, I think, but I think we'll just do it. I think we'll nick it 1-0, 2-1, something like that. And Joanne says, I'm going out delivering Slimming World leaflets in a while, but we'll keep a check on the show. Thank you, Joanne, and good luck with your leaflet drop. I hope that goes well. That your way of saying Everton are a bunch of knobs, Joanne. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, nice one. So let's get into this and see what the games throw up. Let's get this up and see if we can get the no, it's not that one. Let's go back. Let's go to this one. God, that geezer looks a bit intense, doesn't he? Let's go back. He does look a bit intense, that fella, I have to say. Well, 10 minutes gone and Everton haven't conceded yet, so that's good. Here we go. Man City have very quickly settled into their usual rhythm and are dominating possession. Jack Grealish's cross from the left is blocked, and then the referee pauses play to have a quick word with Erling Haaland and Ben Godfrey, who haven't stopped tussling since kickoff. Oh dear, oh Lord. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 0. Oh, hold on, what's going on here? No. Mark Guaya is not in the mood to be bullied. He held off Dominic Solanke earlier, and now he slides firmly but fairly to tackle Kiefer Moore, who has to take a moment to compose himself again afterwards. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0, and Chrissy Waddle's on. Fair play. For Spurs, I did like Chrissy Waddle, and people used to say that when I played football, I was a bit similar to him. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I kept falling over. But I liked him when he played at Newcastle. Wasn't so keen of him when he was at Spurs, I have to say. In fact, I disliked him very much. Hold on, well, something's happened here. Let's go and check that out. No, nothing. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, I have to say, I did feel sorry for the fella when he ballooned that penalty over the bar for England against the Germans in the World Cup semi-final. That must have been pretty hard to take. But that's what makes a good player, difference between a good player and a great one. You have to be able to handle those moments of pressure and deliver. And he didn't. As simple as that. But he knows his football, I have to say, and he talks well about the game. But Geordies do, though. That's the thing. I remember I went with some neighbours of mine who were Middlesbrough fans, and we went to see him play Newcastle at St James's Park. Jesus. If you haven't been to St James's Park before, and you have the chance to go and watch a game of football at St James's Park, don't give up the opportunity, because it is an unbelievable experience. I've only ever been, I think, to 2 or 3 other grounds where it's similar to that, right? And one of them was Parkhead at Celtic, and the other one was Ibrox Rangers. It's an absolute pandemonium. When it's not like some of these grounds you go to where there's a section of the crowd that will sing and shout and scream. The whole bloody ground does it. Like, I remember when Middlesbrough played in the game and Newcastle equalised. When Newcastle equalised, the whole ground went up. And which they would. He scored a goal, then everyone's going to get up and shout and scream. But it didn't finish with jumping up and down and shouting and hollering. They were at it all the game, like shouting and getting behind their team, all of them singing. Honestly, it was a sight to behold. The noise was just unreal. It really was. It was bonkers, absolutely bonkers. And so I have to say, I do like the Geordies and the way they get behind their team and their passion for football. It's superb. Honestly, they're top supporters. Here we go. Man City in the 12 minutes past 3. Kevin De Bruyne floats one in for Erling Haaland, but James Tarkowski heads it away. There you go. It's not going to be long. It ain't going to be long. They're going to get one in a minute because they're getting closer. And look, Kevin De Bruyne slides it through to Erling Haaland, but the angle is tight. He goes around Jordan Pickford, then pokes it into the side netting. They're getting closer. Jesus. Fulham 0, Southampton 0. Great play from Willian as Fulham's good play continues. He plays a 1-2 with Andres Pereira, then thumps it dangerously wide of the left post. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 0. I'm always fascinated to imagine what these billionaire foreign owners think when they finally get to a game in England. Bill Foley, who will surely be very accustomed to the finer things in life, has spent a fortune on his new toy, and he's here, cold and in the pouring rain. It doesn't matter how much money gets thrown at the Premier League, some aspects of it are staunchly old school. Yeah, and so they should be. There's nothing wrong with old school, let me tell you. of it is better. I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is better in the old way. I'm sorry, but it is. I know people don't like it when I say that, but it's true. I'm really not a fan of all this newfangled nonsense. I'm not. I just think some of the things, a lot of the things, in fact, were done better in the old days. Like, you know, respect, loyalty, all that sort of stuff. It's important. It is. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. Wilfred Gonotto is providing a decent spark in the Leeds attack. He's always showing for the ball and looking to make something happen. And his shot attempt on the edge of the area is deflected behind to give Leeds their first corner of the game, but it comes to nothing. And we've had a goal. We'll go and find that out about that in a minute. Absolutely chucking it down in Newcastle at the moment. Any NYE revelers, New Year's Eve revelers, will be hoping that subsides by the time they hit the town later. So let's go and find out about this goal. And it's come at Bournemouth. It's come at Bournemouth. So here we go, people. It's time for the Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 1, and it's been scored by Jordan Ayew. Big goal there for Crystal Palace. They've not been in good form of late. So that would be a massive relief to Paddy Vieira. So let's go and see if we can find out about the goal. Let's see if we can go and find out about that goal. So let's go. Right, here we go. Live text. Goal. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 1. Jordan Ayew, Crystal Palace, a header from very close range to the bottom right corner, and it was assisted by Michael Olise with a cross following a corner. So there you go. Bournemouth trailing at home to Crystal Palace by 1-0. Goal scored in the 19th minute, and that's her first goal of the afternoon. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 1. So there we have it. Let's check out what is going on. Let's go back, see what else is going on. So there you go. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 1. Let's go back here. And there's been a yellow card at the Etihad. Bernardo Silva tries to beat Nathan Patterson in the box, but at the sight of the Everton defender putting out a foot, the City winger goes down, claiming a penalty, and goes straight in the book for a dive, and rightly so. We don't want that sort of carry on. Oh, no. So, Bernardo, this is for you, Mars. Your book, son. There you go. So he goes into the book. So that would be some money deducted out of his wages, I'm sure. So there we go. And what we got here. Palace have won just one of 9 away games coming into this. Their travelling fans are enjoying this now. There you look, see. We've only won 1 of the last 9 away games. So that will be a big tonic to them. Because I'm sure their confidence must have been quite low after a run like that. Fulham 0, Southampton 0. Che Adams is behind. Che Adams in behind, and there's tons of space, but the angle's a bit tight as Bern Leno comes off his line to close him down. Adam tries to curl it into the top right corner, but it's well saved and out for a corner. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. Leeds have lost their last 2 Premier League games, but they were against Tottenham and Manchester City. If they can get something from this one, there will be a great result heading into some game that look very winnable on paper. Really? Who's that against them? Because they're at 14th in the table, so they must be playing some sides in the bottom 3 then, if that's the case. Because I think they've, personally, in my opinion, I think they've been shocking this season. They've been fine so far in this game. Not let up too many chances to Newcastle, but also haven't had many themselves. They are not getting anything out of that game. No, they're not. It will be one of the shocks of the season if they manage to get something off Newcastle. No. Chris Waddle on Radio 5 Live says, how easy is it to get a free kick these days? I just see anyone fall over nowadays and it's a free kick. It just encourages the players to do it more. Are you a bit annoyed, Chris, that he never used to get more free kicks then? Because you used to go down a fair bit, mate. I remember back in the day. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 1. Bournemouth are struggling to make passes stick. They're not seeing enough of the ball to hurt Palace. Philip Billing is down and holding his hip. Losing him would be a big blow to the midfielder. He has 4 goals this season and is an important part of Bournemouth's midfield. Man City 0, Everton 0. John Stones has a quick check over after he's caught in the aftermath of a bundle in the box from a City corner. He was beaten to the ball after a flying Jordan Pickford. But he felt the weight of Ben Godfrey on top of him when he landed. He's fine now, shaking it off. So let's see what's going on in the chat, because I've abandoned the chat for a bit too long, to be quite honest. And got anything planned for New Year's, Warren? Or are you just having a relaxing one? Mate, that is my plan. Not do anything. Have a few bottles of Schlor, maybe. And that'd be about it, mate, for me, I think. I'm not sure, but I always enjoy watching what's that guy's name? Jules Holland show. I like Jules Holland. I think he's funny. I used to enjoy watching that. If I'll be watching that, I enjoy that show. And Gavin says, my stream of the City game is so far behind, it still says 0-0 in the Palace game. Oh, dear me. And there's been another goal. Let's go and check that out, see what's going on. And there it is. The inevitable has happened. And it's Manchester City 1, Everton 0. And guess who scored it? Yep, you guessed it, Erling Haaland. So it's time for some fireworks. So yeah, he's gone and done it. He's banged one in. So it's Manchester City 1, Everton 0. So let's go and see how he scored it. It's a pity we can't just show the bloody goal clips. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But they're never going to allow me to do that. Manchester City 1, Everton 0. Erling Haaland, Manchester City, right-footed shot from the centre of the box to the centre of the goal, assisted by Riyad Mahrez. There you go. What a surprise. There's no shock there. Yeah, that picture's that picture is awful. What happened when Louis met Youngblood? Dear me. She looks like something out of a bloody 1970s Hammer horror film, that woman. If it is a woman, I'm not sure. Is it a woman? Is it a fella? What is it? It's shocking. It really is. No. So let's go back. Really? No, we've had that. We've had that. Dear me. That is that. No. No, I'm not. Gavin, my stream of the City game is so far behind. It still says 0-0 in the Palace game, mate. I feel sorry for you, buddy. I really do. Gavin says, now they've scored. Nice header too. There you go. See, Gavin tells us as well. I'm off out in my Arsenal hat. Laugh out loud. It's raining. We'll try and stay dry, Joanne. Don't get too wet. And here he is, the man himself, Mr. Carl Walsh Gunner, top man. Go and check out this fella's channel, people. Absolute legend of an Arsenal fan. Top man, Wexford's finest. Big up, Warren. How are you, mate? Come on, the Gunners. Yeah, exactly, buddy. Come on, you Gunners. Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Lovely to see you. I hope you're well. And Gavin says, lovely play from Mahrez to set Haaland up. Well, there you go. I mean, Mahrez, he wanted to come to Arsenal. That's what annoys me. Right? All these players have wanted to come to play for Arsenal, and we never did anything about it. Messi, Mahrez, Maradona. Jesus Christ. It's terrible. It is. It's shocking. And how you doing, Gavin and Carl? It's lovely to see you all. I have to say, all good, Darren. How you doing, bud? And great, pal. That's good. Lovely to see. Yeah, I just get a bit annoyed when I see these players that we could have signed doing so well for these other teams, and mind you, having said that, would have probably ruined them if we'd got our hands on them, because we weren't good at the time, were we? Let's be honest. Gavin says, we had Abramovich till we asked him to do a trial. Fuck's sake. Mate, that just sums it up. That just sums it up. Asking Zlatan Ibrahimovic to do a trial. Yeah, right. Honestly, I'm telling you, if Arteta had Messi playing in the team, he either probably wouldn't play him because he wouldn't be able to handle him, or he'd play him at centre back or some fucking madness like that. It's just like, this guy is so fucking off key. It's just not funny. That's a job, Del. Del boy gonna laugh. Mate, it's fucking jokes. It is. It's fucking shocking. And Chris Waddle's at St James's Park watching Newcastle take on Leeds, and he's saying from the last 3 set pieces, Newcastle should be 3-0 up. What are Leeds doing? You've got to make a man. You've got to mark a man. All they do is mark space. There's not one of them who wants to attack the ball and head it. Chris, it's probably because they're playing zonal marking. That's what that's all about. A lot of these managers, they don't like man-to-man marking. Personally, I prefer man-to-man. I do zonal marking. If you get one or more players who doesn't follow a set play, then you're going to run into trouble. If you've got some player who's a bit off key and does stuff off the cuff, like Pepe or whatever, and you're trying to do zonal marking against them, it ain't going to work because you never know what he's going to do next. It's impossible. Like having a player saying, right, you pick anyone that goes over into that part of the pitch. Well, what if 2 or 3 of them go over there? You can't have one player trying to mark 3 players, can you? No. It's just crazy. So yeah, I'm sorry I don't get that. But anyway. So just over half an hour, and there's another yellow card. So let's shuffle this over. Let me just narrow this down a bit. Bring this over here. Oh, what the? The hell is going on? Sorry about this, guys. Right. Okay, I'll get back to this. Right. So there's been a yellow card incident and another goal. Kevin De Bruyne brings down Amadou Onana and joins Bernardo Silva in the book. From the free kick, Demarai Gray wins the throw-in off Riyad Mahrez. So that means that Kevin De Bruyne, this is for you.
Your book, son.
There you go. So 2 of them now in the book. So, and here we go. It's another goal. It's come at Craven Cottage. So it's Fulham 1, Southampton 0. Fulham 1, Southampton 0. So let's go and see if we can find out about that goal. So let's find the game. Fulham 1, Southampton 0. And goal. Fulham 1, Southampton 0. Andreas Pereira, Fulham right-footed shot from outside of the box to the high centre of the goal. Assisted by Willian following a corner. Well, he's done something there then that he never managed to do at Arsenal, was get an assist. So, yeah, Fulham take the lead against Southampton. 1-0 there. And if scores stay like that, Southampton are going to be bottom of the league tonight. There you go. Yeah, that geezer, he looks well off key, doesn't he? He really does. So what's that? So Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 1. Screams for a penalty from the Bournemouth fans. It's Kiefer Moore that he's bundled over in the box as he shaped to shoot by Sheikh Doucouré. It's a bit risky by Doucouré, but I don't think there is enough there to warrant a spot kick. Neither does Andre Mariner. Well, there's lots of penalties that get given when there's not enough there to warrant it, but there you go. Kiefer Moore, that sounds like an actor's name, doesn't it? It really does. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. Feels like Newcastle are getting closer to a goal as they win another corner when the ball into the box is headed behind. The hosts mix it up with a short corner that ends up with Joe Willock trying to bend in a shot from the edge of the box, but Ilian Messler makes the save. And there's another goal, and it's come at Bournemouth. And it's gone to Palace. It's Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. Another Palace corner, another Palace goal. This is a very different goal through Michael Olise. Takes this one to the edge of the box where Eberechi Eze is waiting to hit a shot that takes a deflection and beats Mark Travers. Palace are in firm control now. Yeah, you can say that again. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. And, they're properly in the driving seat. So, Manchester City 1, Everton 0. Dominic Calvert-Lewin does well to keep the ball in the box after a flick on from Amadou Onana. He plays it back around the box and it's chipped in towards the back post to Vitaly Mykolenko, but he misjudges his jump. Fulham 1, Southampton 0. Not sure what Mitrovic was thinking here. Willian touches it onto him in the Southampton half, and the long way out, Mitrovic instinctively hoofs it towards goal. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. Jack Harrison does well to dance his way between three Newcastle players, but he then shoots into the side netting from just inside the box. Better from Leeds, though, after a spell of Newcastle pressure. And Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. And this person saying that Bournemouth are all over the shop. Palace break forward again through Eze, but he can't get the ball into the stride of Jordan Ayew, allowing the home defence to rally and clear. So let's go back into the chat and see what's going on. Where are we? And Del Boy Gunner put in some laughing emojis. Top boy, Del Boy. Subscribe to Del Boy Gunner TV. Absolute top fella. He really is. Really great mate, and he does excellent content. He's got some big plans for some shows coming up in the new year, so keep your eyes open for that, because it's going to blow the socks off of you. He's told me something about it, and it's going to be impressive. So keep your eyes open for it, because it's going to be wild. And that goes as well for Carl Walsh Gunner as well. He's going to be putting out some videos as well, I believe, in the new year. So make sure you go and subscribe to Carl Walsh. this fella here, big up Del Boy, happy new year, mate, he says. But yeah, check out Carl's channel. And also, if you haven't done it already, go and check out Jez Collins' channel, Arsenal, the History and More. Absolutely superb channel. Absolute legend of a man. And he's doing such an important job talking about the history of Arsenal. And I don't understand why people... Jez seems to think that people don't like it and they're not interested. And if that's the case, then as far as I'm concerned, they're not real Arsenal fans. They're not. How can you not be interested in the history of something that you're supposedly supporting? It's just, it doesn't make sense. It's complete and utter lunacy. I don't get it. I never will. I do not understand it. You wouldn't get other club supporters behaving like that. And I know that for a fact. It's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. So make sure you go and check out his channel. And Gavin saying that Prima. Well, there you go. There you go. You see, you got our man, a roving reporter there, Gavin, reporting from Selhurst Park, obviously telling us what's going on down there. And apparently it's an absolute belter of a goal. Del Boy says, thanks, well, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. I should be thanking you for all the support that you've given me over the last year. If it wasn't for you and a few notable others, there would be no Warren's Team Talk YouTube channel, and certainly not a Saturday match day live show. That's for sure. There wouldn't, and that's the truth of the matter. So big up Del Boy, absolute top fella. Make sure you have a drink on me tonight, fella. Now, what else have we got here? What's going on? It must be coming up to half time, so let's go and check out what's going on. That's been a quick half, isn't it? Wow. Fulham 1, Southampton 0. Fulham still aren't comfortable as Southampton mount another attack down the right, which is hastily cleared in the 6-yard area. Mitrovic isn't happy at the other end as he thinks he's been fouled off the ball by Armel Bella Kotchap. Jesus, what a name. Some of these football players' names. And there was a penalty appeal at Newcastle. The Newcastle fans scream for a penalty as Fabian Schär strides forward and into the box before he goes to ground under close attention from Tyler Adams. Referee Simon Hooper waves play on, which reminds me, I've just had a thought. I need to make sure that my tablet is properly charged so I can watch the game, the Arsenal match later. Let me just do that. Hold on, people. If I'd thought I would have done this earlier, but as per usual, I'm not with it. So, what we got here? It's 60%. I'm just going to put it on a little bit of charge. See if I can top it up a wee bit. Is that there? Yeah, it is. Just give me 2 seconds, people, while I get this sorted out. Right, let's take that one out. Right, That's that. And right, there we go. Right. Okay, so let's put that up there. So, yeah, so let's see what's going on. And there's another yellow card. Erling Haaland is maybe too far up now. He goes in far too rashly on Vitaly Mikalenko. The referee races over to defuse the situation and shows him a yellow card. James Tarkowski gets one too for chatting back. So, Erling Haaland, my friend, you might be the greatest striker in the world at the moment, but this is
your book, son.
So there you go. Oh yeah, I just wanted to tell you, those of you who have Instagram or watch Instagram, make sure you go and check out Aussie Gooner's video of earlier, right? Because he uploaded this video. I haven't watched it all yet, but I've spoken to him and he was telling me bits and bobs about it. It sounds like it was great fun. I think it went on. He told me it went on for about an hour. So yeah, go and check that out later. It sounds like it was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, so go and check it out. It sounds like it was wild. Gavin's filthy tackle from Haaland. He says, "Yeah, well, it would have got away with that in the 70s, that's for sure. He's not going to get away with a tackle like that in this day and age, I wouldn't have thought." And Carl Walsh Gunner says, "I sure am, mate. Thank you, mate. Whenever you like start streaming again, let me know because I'll help get you back up and running again and give you all the support I can to help you get it up and running and get it banging again, because you were doing brilliant stuff on YouTube, mate. And I'm sure you will again. Absolutely no doubt about that. So let's see what the scores are going to be. Surely by now it's half time. Well, it's half time at Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. Let's go and have a look at what's been going on there. So it's Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. From Ayew in the 99th, in the 19th minute, and Eze in the 36th minute. Assists from Elise for both of those goals. The match stats for that one, the possession stats, Bournemouth have had 55%, Palace have had 45%. Bournemouth have had one shot, Palace have had 10. Bournemouth have had no shots on target, and Palace have had 4. The corner count is 3-1 to Palace, and the foul count is 8-6 to Bournemouth. So there you goes. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, that's all sewn up. Let's see who the man, actually, let's have a look, see who the man of the match is so far for both sides. Presently, the man of the match, you won't hear me saying player of the match either, except there, because it's the man of the match. Simple. El Cook for Bournemouth, and Palace the man of the match so far for them is Olise with a rating of 7.65. So that's that one. Fulham against Southampton. So current at half-time, it's Fulham 1, Southampton 0. An own goal there from Ward-Prowse in the 32nd minute. And the match stats for this one, Fulham possession, Southampton 29%. The shot count is 6-4 in favour of Southampton. The shots on target, there's been no shots on target from Fulham and 2 from Southampton. The corner count is 2-1 to Southampton. And the foul count is 6-5 in favour of Southampton. So there you go. So it's Fulham 1, Southampton 0 at half-time. And the half-time at the Etihad now, it's Manchester City 1, Everton 0. Haaland in the 24th minute for Manchester City, and that was assisted by Mahrez. The match stats for this one, City have had 70% possession, and they've had 5 shots. Everton have had none, and City have had 1 shot on target. Everton have had none. City have had 3 corners. Everton have had none. Jesus, all the way down Everton's court side for the match stats. 0, 0, 0. Oh dear. They're getting absolutely battered by the looks of it. Foul count is 8-5 in favour of City. The thing is, though they're getting absolutely battered, City have only managed to get 1 shot on target. And that tells me that Everton's defence has stood up and been counted and really dug in. So fair play to them. But there you go. Right. So let's see the man of the matches so far. This is according to the BBC, and they're saying that Haaland, with a rating of 7.78, is their man of the match. Well, it's the people watching. You can go in and log in and put your rating in for each of these players for each of the games. And let's see. Yes, so according to the BBC, the Everton man of the match is Patterson with an average rating of 6. And Man City obviously winning that game by 1-0. And the last game that we're going to look at is Newcastle against Leeds. It's currently at half-time. It's Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. The match stats for this one, Newcastle have had 51% possession. Leeds have had 49%. Newcastle have had 9 shots. Leeds have had 6. Newcastle have had 3 shots on target. Leeds have had none. The corner count is 4-3 in favour of Newcastle, and the foul count is 8-7 in favour of Leeds. So there you go. That's the roundup so far. And then, as we saw earlier today, Wolves lost 1-0 at home to Man United. And as it stands, this is the Premier League table. Arsenal 2 points in front of Man City, although Arsenal have a game in hand, and that's away at the Amex against Brighton. Newcastle are in fourth and 34 points, having played 17, and Man United are in fourth with 32 points, having played 16. Fulham, if it stays like this, will move up to 7th. Brighton, Chelsea and Brentford all drop down a place to 8th, 9th and 10th respectively. Leeds move up to 14th, would move up to 14th, and Southampton are currently sat bottom of the table. So there we go. So let's dispense with all this frivolity and get back into the chat and see what's going on. Let's see. Right. Okie doke. Let me see what's going on here. What is going on here? Not much. So let me just check something. I just want to check something. I want to see how many people there are watching and what the like count is, because that needs to go up. Let's put that down, and then we'll go to here and we'll go right. Okay, people, we've got 3 people. There are 4 people currently watching, and how many likes have we got? What is going on here? Right, okay, so okay, so we got 9 likes and 4 people watching. So let's see if we can get some more people watching and more people hitting the like button. So if you haven't done it already, guys, please can I ask you to hit that like button? That would be absolutely fantastic if you could do that for me. That would be wonderful. But yeah, let's see how we get on. So what's everyone's predictions for the Arsenal match later today? Away at Brighton. Let's see. That's a good idea. Let's have a look if we can see. There, the current form of the both sides. That would be an interesting thing to do. So right, so Arsenal, the last 5 games we've won 4 and drawn 1, and Brighton had drawn 1, lost 2 and won 2. Okay, so let's see if we can find something. I'll tell you what, let's do something a bit different. So, current Premier League. Form table. Oh, this is a good one. Let's have a look at this. Right. So let's look up the home form. So Arsenal, well, we're playing away, aren't we? So let's look at Brighton's current home form. So they're 8th in the current form table for home form. They've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 2. And they've scored 11 goals and conceded 9. Okay. Sorry, they've scored 11 and conceded 6. And that means that they've got 10 points. What's that? BTTS. Both teams to score a number of games which both teams scored. Okay. Don't really know why I want to know that, but still, there you go. Let's have a look at the away form. And that's not a shabby home record, is it, by any stretch of the imagination? Arsenal are 2nd in the current form away. A current form away. Their last 6, they've lost 1, and lost 1, won 4, and drawn 1. Yeah, so they've won 4, drawn 1, lost 1, scored 9, conceded 4, and with 13 points. So going off of that, you'd say really, you'd say that it's likely to be a draw, I would say, given that Brighton have got home advantage. But Arsenal might just nick it. They might just nick it. So there you go. It's quite interesting, isn't it? So the second half started at Bournemouth. So let's see what's going on. Before we get into that, let's go and let's see some of the scores around the grounds in other leagues today. So let's just have a look, see what's been going on. Scottish League 1, Alloa drew 0-0 at home with Kelty Hearts. Queen of the South drew 0-0 with Clyde. Scottish League 2, Albion Rovers lost 1-0 at home to Dumbarton. And Stirling Albion beat Stenhousemuir 2-1, or they're beaten, I should say. That's it. That's all there is. There's some games in the Spanish La Liga. Barcelona and Espanyol are drawing 1-1 in the Barcelona derby. Real Sociedad are beating Osasuna 1-0. And Villarreal, Unai Emery's old team, are drawing 1-1 with Valencia. And in the Australian A-League, Central Coast Mariners have beaten Melbourne Victory by 2-1. I don't know any of you what go onto Instagram, but Football Capital, another Australian football YouTuber, he posted some absolutely shocking scenes from Australian Football League, like soccer, I should say, and all this like crowd trouble and fans invading the pitch and all sorts of madness going on down there. Dear me, it was absolutely shocking. And look at that in the Welsh Premier League. Airbus UK Broughton losing 8-0 at home to the New Saints, and it's only 70 minutes gone. Flint Town United drawing 0-0 with Connor Quay's Nomads, and Haverford West County 0, Pontypridd United 1. So there we go. So let's go back into this, and because the second half is now underway, and see what's going on. Look at that jacket that Erling Haaland says. Is he just on it? Fucking hell. Look at it. It looks like it says Dick. Oh no. Oh my days. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking. And they're all wearing them as well. Dear oh Lord. Chris Wise, BBC Radio 5 live commentator at the Vitality Stadium, says, same old Bournemouth. The first half was a microcosm of Bournemouth's entire season. Well, mate, they've only played 15 games. Calm down. Calm. These people making a decision about a club's season when they've only just played a handful of games. It's ridiculous. They've conceded more first-half goals and more goals from corners than any other Premier League side in 2022-23. Well, yeah, but they've only played just over like a handful of games. Just calm down. Dear me. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. Jordan Ayew is immediately annoying the home fans again. He goes in for a tackle with Sakiri Dembele and comes off worse, goes down and gets a free kick. That did look a foul, to be fair. Why are you making that comment then? He says, these people are absolutely awful. How the hell are they? It just annoys me. Honestly, talking absolute rubbish. Fulham 1, Southampton 0. Samuel Edozie has been a bright spark for Southampton on the left. He goes down well, then cuts inside and switches it across to the other side as the Saints start a half well. Substitution, Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. Leeds make a change in the second half as on comes Mark Rocker from Adam Forshaw. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. Signs of Bournemouth committing more to attack this half. They have no choice, of course, but it does mean Palace, who have plenty of pace in their side, will have good opportunities to counter. Man City 0. Manchester City 1, Everton 0. City start off where they left, pinging it around comfortably as Bernardo Silva's cross is put out for a throw-in on the far side. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. Another set piece for Newcastle in a decent position. Kieran Trippier sends the ball into the box and finds Shabby and Shah at the far post, and Shah shifts the ball onto his other foot but then lashes it over. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. A massive chance for Bournemouth. Dominic Solanke hits towards goal on the turn, but the shot is parried by Vincent Guayata. The ball bounces in the box and is there to be met by Kiefer Moore, but he can't get his jump right under pressure to head the ball goalwards. It's all the encouragement the home fans need. They're roaring the cherries on. There you go. So let's get into the chat, see if there's any comments in there that I've missed. Gavin says over 200% like ratio, even better than last week, bud. Well, I'm absolutely delighted of getting that ratio of likes. I just like to have a few more people watching. But no, it's good. You're absolutely right. It is good. So mustn't grumble. It's going well. I'm happy about that. But come on, guys, speak to me. What about this game tonight, Arsenal-Brighton? Gavin's already said he's a bit concerned about it. I'm a bit concerned about it. I think they're playing them at their ground is always a bit tricky. We've seen the current form of both sides, and it looks a bit... I'm not going to say it's not even, but a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people going on about how it's going to be an easy win. No. It's not going to be an easy win. No, don't be fooled. This don't forget, this Brighton side came to the Emirates and turned Arsenal over 3-1 in the EFL Cup. So, they're no mugs. That's what I'm saying. They're no mugs. It could be a very tricky evening if we're not careful. I think we need to get an early goal. Because if we can get the wind out of their sails, if we don't, they'll stop building in confidence and they'll get their tails up, and then, it could get a bit tricky. It really could. But then, obviously, thoughts then turn to Monday. And it's the big game north of the border, the Old Firm game. And I have to say, I'm absolutely buzzing. As you all know, I'm a massive Celtic fan. And I can't wait. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I am. Because I think we're going to go there and we're going to absolutely batter them. I'm really confident. And I have to say, I can't remember ever being as confident as what I am. I'm not a particularly confident person. Well, I am confident in myself. I am. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this YouTube thing. But as a football fan, I'm not confident normally. And there's a goal. It seems there's been a goal. Or has there? Or is it? Oh, here we go. Fulham 1, Southampton 1, and... James Ward-Prowse has got the goal, and the BBC person who posted that just puts wow. So let's see if we can find out some more about that goal. So let's go down to Craven Cottage and goal. Fulham 1, Southampton 1. James Ward-Prowse, Southampton, from a free kick with a right-footed shot to the bottom right corner. So he's obviously bent one in from a free kick. So, yeah, impressive goal there for Southampton. So that draw brings it level. Fulham 1, Southampton 1. And it takes Southampton off the bottom of the table and puts Forest back down there. But all the three bottom three sides are all on 13 points. West Ham and Everton just 1 point above the drop zone on 14. So there you go. Southampton drawing 1-1 away at Fulham. And Everton still hanging on by their fingertips at the Etihad, although City have only had one shot on target so far, I believe. So, yeah, still only one shot on target. So Everton must be doing something right. Yeah, they're not providing much of a goal threat, but still, there you go. And Clive says, Carl, hello, mate. And Gavin says, absolute screamer of a free kick. The man himself, the roving reporter at Craven Cottage now, telling us about the goal from Ward-Prowse. So it's Fulham 1, Southampton 1. Taib says, what is Taib getting up to? I hope you're behaving yourself, Taib. How did the farmer find the missing cow? He tracked her down. Quality. Taib, man, you're on a different level, man. You really are. Absolute legend. And Dillboy Gunner TV says, free kick, great goal from Prowse. Yeah, that's it. Banging. That's what you want. I'd take more Prowse at Arsenal. Yeah, mate, so would I. He's certainly better than that person we got in that position at the moment, that's for sure. Lim Lomba, Happy New Year, mate. Same to you, buddy. Yeah, same to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you have a great New Year as well, wherever you are. Yeah, in fact, where is everybody watching? I know Del Boy's in Dublin. Taib, I don't know where you are, and I don't know where Gavin is. Just put in where you're watching from. That'd be interesting. Gavin, Rev's fixing his equipment. Oh, 5 minutes here. FFS. Oh dear. The question is, what equipment is he fixing, or don't I want to know? I'm not sure that I want to know, to be quite honest. In the City game. Right, okay. And Ty says, Warren, you're such a great person. Your personally will get you more subs, but not sure about your pronunciations, though. Laugh out loud. Mate, it's all part of the show, mate. Got to give the public what they want, and they want to hear my dodgy pronunciations. That's clear. And I'm not sure there is anything wrong with my pronunciations, Ty. I think it's just you've got a bit of an off-key idea about it. Gavin, Cove, County Cork, the real capital of Ireland. Oh, boy, here we go. I remember when I was at college there was a fella on our course, well, two fellas. There was one from Dublin and one from Cork. The fella from Dublin he was extremely self-confident. He wasn't arrogant, but he was extremely self-confident, and he was really fucking loud. When I say loud, I mean loud. And he used to say, here he comes, he's the loudest duck on the pond. And he was, because like this college I went to, it was near a park and it had this huge duck pond, right? And he was as loud. He was loud. And but he was an absolutely lovely fella. He was just really loud. But him and the fella from Cork, Jesus, they used to clash all the fucking time. The two of them would be fucking going at it, like boom, 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 all the time. It was really bad. Like they couldn't stand each other. And Delboy says, "Go on, the Gav." Exactly. Fair play to you, Gavin, for putting that in. And how's the weather down there in County Cork? I hope it's bloody damn sight better than what it is here. It's dark already. It's dark. It's been raining all day. I don't think I've seen a bit of sky all day. It's been filthy all bloody day. And Time says, "What's a chicks?" Oh, here we go. Tave says, What's a chick go-to soda? Peepsy. Dear no. Listen, I'm going to tell you a story in a minute. Let me just go through these chats because I want to tell you a story. Gavin O'Flaherty says, "My son's a dub, so I can't say too much about them." Well, there you go. Gavin and Delboy's got a load of laughing emojis. Mate, it was intense. And they were intense, the both of them. Like when they got going, Jesus Christ. But I don't know how to explain it. It was just the two of them, they would just go at each other all the bloody time. Gavin said it was pissing here 5 minutes ago, but I've a fire lit and football, so fuck the outside. Exactly, mate. Fair play to you, buddy. Yeah, it was pretty mad. Like, right, okay, the story. Taib, your joke. What's the chick's go-to soda? Peepsy. Months ago, I lived in this block of flats, right? And I lived in the garden flat at the back of the building. We came shopping and we came back and we were bringing the shopping in from the taxi. And for some reason, I came in first. And when she came in, she was going, "Warren, she's naked. She's naked." There was a woman who used to live in the front flat, and her flat, this woman's flat, went faced on to the front of the main property, the building, the block that the flats were in. It was on the ground floor, and apparently she had her curtains open, and it was at night. She had the light on in her flat, and she's just walking around her flat, fucking stark as naked. Stark as naked. This woman was an absolute nutter, by the way. She would come in, like, she just without knocking, she'd just come waltzing into our flat because it was a weird flat. You would have to like put the lock on the flat, on the front door to stop people walking in. It was weird. And right, he used to freak out my ex all really badly, and I said, listen, if you want to, I can get a chain and we can put a chain on the door. Stop her doing it. Because she would just fucking walk in, would be sitting there having dinner or watching a film, and she'd just fucking walk in and start chatting. I was thinking, what are you fucking doing? You can't just fucking walk into people's flats like that. It was mad. And yeah, and then she was like there in her property, everything was out, and she's just like walking around in her flat like it. I don't know. She was a bit tapped, this woman. She really was. There you go. People make Warren laugh. That fella off. People make Warren laugh. That falls off his chair. Laugh out loud. I tell you what. I don't get that one, mate. It sounds funny though. What a screamer from Gray. Loving it. Has there been another goal and I've missed it? Oh dear. Let's have a look. Oh my days. Please let it be City. Please let City have scored. Please. And there you go. There's been a goal at the Etihad. And Pep. Manchester City won. Everton won. 65 minutes gone. And looks like Damari Gray has got the goal. Let's go and see if we can find out what happened. Goal. Manchester City won. Everton won. Damari Gray, Everton. Right-footed shot from the left side of the box to the top right corner. Assisted by Idrissa Gueye following a fast break. Taib, was that pronunciation all right for you? Idrissa Gueye. Not sure about that one, buddy. If you want to check that for me, make sure that I've got it right. That would be fantastic. Let's see what's going on. And there's been a yellow card in the Newcastle game. Wilfred Gnonto playing a risky game. He's booked for not standing far back enough for a Kieran Trippier free kick, then keeps edging forward even after that yellow, much to Trippier's annoyance. So, Wilfred Gnonto, this, my friend, is for you.
Your book, son.
Right, so Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. We're into the last 20 minutes now. Palace look pretty much comfortable. They're not taking any risks and they're managing what Bournemouth are throwing at them. And there's some substitutions as well in that game. Bournemouth have changed shape to a back three with Joe Rothwell on for Jordan Zamora. Jaden Anthony has switched wings for the second time this afternoon, and he is back on the right. Palace have responded with a double sub of their own. with Jean-Philippe Mateta and Odyssean Edouard on for both their goal scorers, Jordan Ayew and Eberechi Eze. It's still very tight at Craven Cottage, apparently, as Lyenko tries to slow Bernd Leno down as he releases Anthony Robinson down the Lucy line, then slides in and makes sure to bring Robinson down, in turn stopping the counter-attack. So Jordan Pickford gets an important hand to Erling Haaland's cross with Riyad Mahrez lurking behind. There you go. See, they're holding on, and there's only about 15 odd minutes to go now, I'd say. So let's get into the chat. And Del Boy Ganner's in the chat again, saying, "Go on the Toffees." Yeah, exactly, mate. Great goal, he says. Gavin O'Flaherty says Everton's first shot of the game, and they've scored with it. Yeah, no, don't matter. Don't matter how many shots you have. It's the stat that counts is the number of times it enters the back of the net. That's the one that matters. No way, was it? Yeah, it was, buddy. Gavin O'Flaherty says, yeah, exactly. That's what we want. Ron, I'm saying that I want people to make you laugh so much that you fall off your chair. Mate, that ain't ever happening. Hey, I will laugh a lot, but I'll never ever fall out the chair. Don't worry about that, buddy. Chance for it is, but let's not make no mistake. This game tonight is going to be a real hard game. It's going to be a big test for Arsenal tonight, because that Brighton side, they're a good side. It's not going to be an easy game. So there we go. So look, it's Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2, Fulham 1, Southampton 1, Manchester City 1, Everton 1, and Newcastle United 0, Leeds United 0. So there we are. That's us up to date. Let's see what's going on in. Is any other nonsense going on today? Right, so let's have a look, see, because I got a feeling that the teams are out. Let me just see. Because like I was saying, I have a feeling that the teams are going to be out. So let's see if we can find. Right, here we go, people. And I'm not happy. I've seen the team and I'm not happy, people. I'm not. I'm absolutely fuming. Absolutely fuming. I'm sorry, but fucking hell. This fucking guy, honestly. Someone needs to go and have a word with that Arteta fella. They really do. Right, so let's stop that and I'm going to bring the team up and you're going to see why I'm wound up. Here's the team. So it's Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. The bench: Turner, Tierney, Tomiyasu, Cedric, Holding, El Neni, Lokonga, Vieira, and Marquinhos. Fucking hell. What is the matter with this fucking clown? Seriously. He is fucking... What is wrong with him? I'm fucking fuming. I really am. I'm absolutely livid. I'm holding it in. I'm not saying what I actually think because I'm going to lose the plot if I do. But yeah, I'm not happy. It's not acceptable. It's not. Because we're going to lose Tierney. He's going to leave. He is. He's fucking... He's having a laugh. Something's going on there. Honestly, he's a bit... Second best, if not the best left back in the world, and he's not picking him. It just doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense because Arteta's a prick. Absolutely fucking useless. I know we're top of the league at the moment, but that's not going to last. I'm telling you. Marquinhos starting for Arsenal. Looking forward to watching him play. Looks like a good prospect. Mate, he's not. I don't think he is, actually. Let me just... He better not be fucking starting. It wouldn't surprise me. That's sort of the mad-ass thing that this fucking idiot would do. Absolutely fucking useless. We need to get him out of the club because we're going to lose our best players. He just... Fucking useless. Absolutely fucking useless. He couldn't manage a fucking rice pudding, let alone a fucking football team. Who the hell took the decision to give that fucking idiot a job? That's what I'd like to know, because they need to be fucking sacked. Yeah, Marquinhos is on the bench, mate. Fucking hell. I'm going to have to stop looking at it because it's fucking annoying me. Let's see if we can get Brighton's team up. Here we go. Here we go. So it's the Brighton team. Sanchez, Lamptey, Dunk, Colwill, Marsh, Trossard, Gross, Lallana, Mitoma, Gilmar, and Estupiñán. And on the bench, they've got Steele, Sarmiento. I can't read that. Insinkiso, Ferguson, Van Heck, Veltman, Turns, Moran, and Hinshelwood. I think. Is that Hinshelwood? I don't know. I can't read it. It's too little for me. Anyway, so yeah, crap. I just don't understand how you can have one of the best players, well, one of the two best players in the world in his position and not be fucking playing him. What the fucking hell's the matter with this prick? He's fucking useless. He hasn't got a fucking clue what he's doing. He hasn't. And it's all going to come home to roost. It really is. It's fucking madness. Honestly, I'm fucking fuming. This prick hasn't got a fucking clue what he's doing. And we're going to end up not winning the title. He's a prick. Absolute fucking useless prick. And he needs to be fucking got out of the club. Honestly, fuck. All these little fucking dickheads, the only reason they're backing this guy is only in the job because all these pricks have been fucking supporting this bullshit for the last 3 years. And that's the only reason he's still in the job. We should have fucking been in this position fucking 3 years ago. If we'd appointed the proper manager, we would have been doing this 3 years ago, not having to go through this bullshit process to get this far. It's a fucking shambles. The club has wasted near on three quarters of a fucking £1 billion fucking pandering to this cunt's fucking bullshit process. Fucking dickhead. Honestly, he's fucking useless. And if he messes up this title race, I want him fucking gone. No severance pay, nothing. Get him out the fucking door. Honestly, I'm sick of this bullshit. Fucking year after year after year. Oh, well, it needs more time. Oh, this, oh, that. No, just fucking do the job. Fucking moron. Fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. The problem is we've got this fucking fan base has been infested with a bunch of supporters who ain't got a fucking clue about football and they don't know what they're fucking talking about. And they've got no interest in the history of the club. They've got no interest in the club. Their only reason that they're here is supporting this club is because it's got a huge social media presence and they're trying to boost their social media profiles. That's all they're interested in. Either that or they fancy him. They want to get him into bed and shag him. It's simple as that. Absolutely simple as that. The man is fucking useless. And he's going to get found out. Fucking day one. And he's the fucking luckiest manager in world football. Absolutely no doubt about it. And I can't stand him. Every time I fucking see that prick's face, I want to fucking slap him. If I saw him walking down the street, I would go out of my way to go up to him and fucking give him a slap. I hate him. Absolutely hate the prick. Anyway, let's get back into this before I lose. My blood pressure is going through the fucking roof. Fucking dirty fucking Hun. Get that fucking orange bastard out of my club. And there's another goal. Look at that. Just as I calmed down, there's another goal. And it's Fulham. It's gone. It's at Craven Cottage. And it's been scored by Fulham. It's Fulham 2, Southampton 1. And it's been scored by João Paulinho. So Fulham take the lead. Fulham 2, Southampton 1. Let's go and find out about that goal. 88 minutes gone there. Goal. Fulham 2, Southampton 1. João Paulinho, Fulham. Header from the right side of the 6-yard box to the bottom right corner. Assisted by Kenny Tete with a headed pass following a corner. So there we go. It's Fulham 2, Southampton 1. So there we go. Fulham, and we're in the first minute of added on time there. Tete assisted that goal for Paulinho. Fulham 2-1 up at home to Southampton in the table. 7 points off top 4, although the sides in the top 4, most of them have a game in hand on them. So, yeah, they're 2-1 up. The other scores is Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. We're in the 3rd minute of added on time there. Manchester City 1. We're in the last minute of normal time there. And it's Newcastle United 0, Leeds 0. So let's go back. For the last few minutes of this afternoon's show. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. There'll be 4 minutes of added time here. And Bournemouth Crystal Palace game. On the evidence of this, it could be 444 minutes and the Cherries wouldn't score. Oh dear. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. A rare chance for Leeds as Brendan Aronson is fouled just outside the box. Joe Gelhardt is over the set piece but slams the ball into the wall. Manchester City 1, Everton 1. Ben Godfrey does well initially to bring the ball out down the right and keeps going. It gets past Rodri, but not Nathan Ake, and eventually gives away a foul. City are pushing for a winner now, with time starting to run out. We've had 2 of the added 4 minutes. Bournemouth's body language says it all. You need to know. Another free kick for Newcastle. Another set piece for Kieran Trippier. Another clearance by Leeds. Well, maybe they need to change the person who's dealing with the set pieces then. Injury time, Man City 1, Everton 1. There's going to be 11 minutes added on time at the Etihad. Yeah, I wonder why. 11 minutes added on time at the Etihad, so maybe time isn't running out for either team to find a winner. Almost 7 minutes of that is due to the assistant referee trying to sort out his walkie-talkie. That is fucking shocking. That is shocking. If that is the case, that man needs to be sacked. I don't care. I don't like people losing their job, but that is ridiculous. If not sacked, he needs to be severely disciplined because that is shocking. Shocking. Fulham full-time, Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. Palace 2 first half goals, seal the points. They did what they had to. They were ruthless to seize control of the game and then managed from there. Bournemouth end the year. Bournemouth end the year with boos from their own fans. They have to work to do. That January window will be key. Yeah, it's going to be key for a lot of clubs. None more so than Arsenal. But no doubt Arsenal are going to fucking waste it on a bunch of kids for the future rather than actually doing what is necessary. Absolutely. I see that Arsenal have... looks like Arsenal have lost out in that bid. Their bid to sign that Ukrainian fella from Shakhtar. Apparently Chelsea have come in and just gone, book, there you go. There's the money, we're having him. Unbelievable. These fucking clubs are shambles. Mind you, the fucking guy who's managing it says fucking shambles, so it's no surprise. Fucking unbelievable. Gavin's says 11 minutes added time in the City game. Yeah, mate, I've just seen that. There's no surprise there. Dear me. Honestly, it just makes me fucking... just makes me so angry. All this fucking corruption and nonsense. So, yeah, there you go. It's finished at Bournemouth. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. Fulham 2, Southampton 1. We're in the 5th minute of added on time there. Manchester City 1, Everton 1. We're in the 3rd minute of added on time there. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0, 3rd minute of added on time there as well. So let's go and have a quick look at this Bournemouth Crystal Palace match. It finished 2-0 to Palace. Goals from Ayew in the 19th minute and Eze in the 36th minute. Assists from Elise for both those goals. Let's look at the match stats. The match stats, Bournemouth had 59% possession. Palace had 41%. There were 15 from Palace. 2 shots on target from Bournemouth and 6 from Palace. There were 2 corners to Bournemouth, 7 to Palace. And Bournemouth committed 17 fouls and Palace committed 11. And in terms of man of the match, Bournemouth's man of the match was El Cook, and Crystal Palace, their man of the match was Elise with 7.45 by the looks of it. Yeah, Elise with 7.45 was their man of the match. So Bournemouth now are down to 15th at the moment. That may change, of course. Leeds currently up to 14th. And Palace up to 11th. Right. So let's get back into it. And there's been a penalty at Fulham that's been saved. Alexander Mitrovic steps up and puts it to the keeper's left, but Gavin Bazunu reads it perfectly and it's saved. So a missed penalty there for Fulham. They could have sealed the points, but there you go. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. The referee has lost the game today. The last 4 or 5 minutes has been comical. Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. The game's finished now at St James's Park. It's all over. Newcastle had enough chances to win 5 games, but could not take them, as battling Leeds earn a very decent point. Manchester City 1, Everton 1. Rodri has a shot from long range, but it's wide. City think it's a corner, but they won't get one. Still around 6 minutes of stoppage time to go, so there could be a massive point for Everton. Really could. And Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. No side has conceded more than the 36 goals of Bournemouth. The Cherries have also failed to score in 9 of their 17 games, more than any other team. Not the kind of stats that a team who wants to stay in the division want next to their name. Yeah, but let's not forget they conceded 9 in one game. Let's take that out of the equation and then let's see where you are. I think, yeah, I'm not really sure that that's a really useful stat there. I think too much reliance on stats these days. Fulham 2, Southampton 1. That's the way it's ended. A crucial win for Fulham there. Moves them well up the table, and Southampton end the year rock bottom of the table with yet another defeat. So there we go. There's only one game left in play, and that's the Man City Everton game. The rest of the games earlier today ended Wolves 0, Manchester United 1, and then it's currently Crystal Palace 2, Bournemouth 0, and it's finished. Bournemouth 0, Crystal Palace 2. It ended Fulham 2, Southampton 1, and it finished Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. And then Manchester City, Everton is currently 1 apiece, and they're in the 10th minute of added on time. So let's go and not watch it, but let's see what's going on there. Still a few minutes left for a winner at the Etihad. Everton have a free kick inside the City half, but Tom Davies loses out to John Stones near the touchline. So there we go. I'm not sure there's going to be much time for anything else, but you never know. People getting 10 and 11 minutes added on at the end of a match. Something's not right there. It isn't. Like people messing around with walkie. What's he need a fucking walkie-talkie for anyway? It's just ridiculous. Why does an official need a fucking walkie-talkie? Jesus Christ, honestly. The game's finished. It really is. It's fucking done. Done and dusted. And here we go. There's something else happening. Manchester City 1, Everton 1. Phil Foden almost sneaks through in the box as the noise around the stadium goes up. But Seamus Coleman, on as a substitute, makes a crucial last-ditch tackle. He's clapped on the back by his teammates. So there you go. They're still holding on. Still holding on. So let's see what... So they've had the 11 minutes, so now they're in... Now, looks like they're on added on time of added on time. This is a fucking shambles. It is an absolute shambles. How can you have added on time of added on time? Come on now. It's ridiculous. Come on, Everton. Go and get the point. Let's have a look at the table. So currently 4 points clear, right? If we win this game tonight, it stays like this. Say City don't win and it ends being a draw. If we win tonight, we could go 7 points clear. That is a lot of points. That is a lot of points. We'll have to lose. We'd have to lose 3 games. And there it is. It's finished. It's finished. Manchester City 1. Everton 1. Goals from Haaland in the 24th minute, assisted by Mahrez, and an equaliser from Everton from Damari Gray in the 64th minute, assisted by Gaia. So there you go. Great result for Everton. No, I don't think anyone could have seen that coming. The match stats for that one: 74% possession for City, 26% possession for Everton, 16 shots from City, 2 from Everton, 3 shots on target for City, only 1 on target for Everton. I'm sure that Pep will be having serious questions of his players about that. Like, only 3 shots on target from 16 shots. It's not acceptable. Not in my book, anyway. 7 corners for City, 1 for Everton. And the foul count was City 13 fouls committed, Everton 14. So there you go. That's the match stats. The man of the match for City. Not a good afternoon for them at all. Looks like it's Kevin. No. Haaland, no, not Haaland. Grealish was the man of the match for City with 6.53. And Everton's man of the match was, let's see. Looks like it was Patterson, possibly. Yeah. No. Seamus Coleman, no. Davis was the rating of 7.43. So there we go. So that's that. Let's have a look at the table. Arsenal sitting proudly at the top. And we're 4 points clear. If we go to Brighton and win, we will be 7 points clear. Now, that is a lot of points. A lot of points. So a massive opportunity to open up a big gap at the top. And Newcastle are in 3rd. United 4th. Tottenham are in 5th. Liverpool in 6th. Fulham are in 7th. Brighton are in 8th. But if Brighton win, there will just be 3 points off the top 5. The bottom 3, Southampton, after today's results, are bottom of the table with 12 points. Forest and Wolves are above them on 13. And Everton have moved 2 points off the bottom 3 And West Ham, very precarious position there. 14 points, 1 point above the drop zone. So there we go. There we have it. That's it. Let's shut that down. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Good afternoon's entertainment. So, listen, as I said earlier, I hope you all have an amazing time tonight, and 2023 brings you everything that you hope and dream for. You have your health, and you have is good in the new year, and you have a happy, healthy, and successful 2023. And let's hope that Arsenal do what's necessary in the transfer window in January. I'm not convinced they will do, but you never know. Things could happen, but I'm not convinced. Happy New Year, Warren, says Gavin. Have a good one, bud. Enjoy yourself tonight, whatever you're doing. And the same for everyone else who's been in the chat today. I really do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for coming in. I just want to say a big thank you to each one of you individually. Say a big thank you to young Zach, Football TV. Please, everyone, go and make sure you follow and subscribe to Zach Football TV. That's Del Boy's young son. Please go and follow his channel and watch his videos and put likes on all his videos. He's a lovely little lad. Check out the video he did about the drain. It's absolutely quality. And Dan, what can I say to you, my friend? Happy New Year to you, bruv. You have a great time tonight, whatever you're doing. And yeah, I will check out that pink Stockport County shirt. And Joanne, Happy New Year to you too. I hope you have a great time tonight and you have a great New Year. Grant McRoberts, Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. Don't be too disappointed when you get absolutely annihilated on Monday. Judgment Day is coming, bud. It really is. All I can say to you is tick tock. Tick tock. That's all I'm going to say. And master of comedy, the legend that is Taib. Happy New Year to you, bruv. And believe in yourself more, because you are fucking talented, my man. You really are. Don't let anyone fucking put you down or like give you any shit. You're a top man, and I love it when you come in my chat because you're always full of fun and humour and comedy. You don't know how funny you are, mate, because you are. Del Boy, well, mate, listen, you are an absolute legend. A legend. And it's been an honour to get to know you. Thank you so much for all your support and kindness. I've absolutely delighted to be able to call you my friend. You're a top man, and it's a pleasure to know you. Gavin, mate, you always speak your truth, and you're a top fella. I love chatting to you, and I love it when you come in the chat. Your knowledge is on point, mate. It really is. And you're a top fella. And yeah. What else have we got here? Who else? Jez Collins. Jez is the governor of the Arsenal fan base, as far as I'm concerned. Absolute legend of a man. And yeah, it's just watch his channel. Just go and these videos because they're absolutely superb. And if you want to know about the history of Arsenal Football Club, go and watch his channel because it's absolute quality. Well, Carl Walsh Gunner, the man who shoots from the hip. He needs no introduction. He's Wexford's finest, and he always says it as it is. There's no filters with him. He just says exactly what is on his mind, and I love him for it. He's a top man. Absolute fucking. You couldn't find a nicer fella than this guy, and the passion this guy has for Arsenal is unparalleled. He really is. It's unparalleled. He's top fella. What else have we got? Lim Lombo. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. I hope you have a great time tonight and that everything you wish for in the new year comes to you. Top fella. And thanks very much for coming. Afternoon. Who else have we got? Who else? I think that's about it. I don't think. We got the Southern Gooner. Much love, my brother Warren. Same to you, bruv. And thank you very much for coming and watching the show. I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat before, but fair play to you. I hope you have a great time this evening when it comes and you enjoy yourself. And I hope that you get everything you hope for in the new year. And God bless you. And may the new year bring much happiness, health, wealth, success, and happiness. And go and enjoy yourselves. Thanks ever so much for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to look after yourselves, your family, your friends, your loved ones. And please, especially today of all days, if you can, go and share some love and kindness around the world. And Happy New Year to you all. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. God bless you. Take care. And come on, you Gunners.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.